Here we go. Back at it, back into Great Bear Island. I definitely took a chance to play some more last night and also this morning. Long story, but I was up early-ish. And so when I left, we had like 300 days. Get back to our thing. We're down to about 120-ish days, I think. We'll find out as soon as we log in here. 123 hours, not days. Yeah, so that's basically 5 days. 24 times 4 is 96, so 120 hours is 5 days. We got a tiny bit longer than that. You've not been awake that long. Actually, we've been awake long enough, but I have two choices. I can either go do some more fishing, although I think the wolf is over there. It was following me last night. But I have a bit of a plan. I think I have plans to rescale the summit, but to take the climbing rope with me so we can leave stuff, so we can drop down the rope from the back side, because I would like to go and visit the waterfall and the waterfall cave, because I haven't been there yet this run. And I don't know what's over there, which is maybe makes it not the best decision. while I'm down to like 30% of my regular health here, but we've got all this moose meat, and we've got a bunch still of, not a bunch of deer meat, but some deer meat. And yeah, I spent the last like 5 or 6 days with timber wolves over by the fallen tree on the lake there. That was always a bit sketchy. If we were on a harder difficulty, they would have smelled me inside the fishing hut every time I tried to bring my fish back here. But we've eaten a lot of fish. We got some really big bass up here, 3 kilograms. I was bored, so I've got them arranged from size. This is the biggest one, 3.7 kilograms down to the smallest one at 2, and then a bunch of like whitefish cooked here, and a few I haven't gotten around to cooking yet, as you can see. But yeah, we're trying to fill up the jerry can. We got it basically up to 3 liters. I think they'll hold up to, I'm pretty sure 5, but maybe 6. So we're down to about 40 kilos. We got to lose a little bit more weight in order to make this trip because we want to carry the climbing rope. So we'll probably have to drop a few more sticks. There's like 120 sticks in the pile here right now. Probably more. But in order to do this, we have to go... Well, I'll show you on the map. So we are here. We have to go over this, follow the edge to the lake. Instead of going down into ravine like we could, we need to go up and around and in behind. And then there's the deer clearing cave. We need to come up to the secluded shelf here. Climb up to the one down from the summit and then attach the rope over here. Then we can climb down there if we want. Or we can collect a bunch of stuff at the tail section and climb down. But I want to be able to go to... This is the cave that leads to Black Rock. There's a whole bunch more region up here that I haven't been to and haven't mapped yet. So that's what I would like to do. Yeah, there's the... there's 2 different rope climbs here, but there's another one that I think is... Not sure if this is maybe it, or if it's back here farther, but... Anyway, there's a bunch of stuff that we haven't yet done and a bunch of places we haven't yet been. We haven't mapped over here either. Like, this is the ravine that leads into Ash Canyon. And part of it goes up here. In any case, that's what I'm thinking we're going to do today. We've had decent weather. I've made a bit of a list of what we have in the place here. I did end up accidentally eating part of a fish and giving myself food poisoning, so I had to go and quickly make some burdock tea and then sleep off the food poisoning, which was a little bit sketchy. So I drank, like, because I couldn't get there right away and I had to get the tea to make it and take it, I ended up down to about half of my remaining condition. And because you don't instantly gain a bunch of health back when you go to sleep, it comes back over time. The food poisoning will still pick it down. I drank a couple of birch bark teas, which I then had to replace. But that's why you kind of want to have all this stuff handy. And as I say that, of course, I still don't have any more burdock or reishi tea here. I do have antibiotics, but I kind of like to save them for when I'm on the road, just in case. Because they're so much lighter than carrying around a bunch of tea. So I guess we're probably gonna, like, it's afternoon now, so we're probably gonna... I don't really need to... I could just chop up some more wood. Maybe we'll do that. We'll collect some more wood here. I say, if I can find some more fur, that would be great. I don't want to carry it with me, but having it for fires in your base, pretty good. Oh yes, and there's more sticks back there again too. I just, every time I go out, I come back with, 20, 30, 50 one time sticks that I just pick them up on the way. This looks like it might be fur. Yeah, perfect. That's the big problem, is that I'm not tired right now. Because I had to sleep off the food poisoning effects. It takes a long time to kind of recover from that. I suppose we'll get a few of these too. Doesn't really tire us out like carrying the stuff kind of does. But yeah, I've sort of hit the place where there's not much more I can do. There's not much to repair. I don't even have all that much left to cook. Which is why I ended up doing a bunch of fishing. And I may just go and do more fishing. For the same reason, just because there isn't a lot else to occupy some time, and I'm kind of... Which is why I want to go on this journey, right? I've stockpiled a bunch of everything. And I have done a couple of other smaller journeys. After stream last night and this morning. All of these sticks are finally starting to respawn after I sort of combed the area when we first got back. And I have eaten a bunch of... We had twice as much deer meat when I started. And I haven't eaten much of the moose meat. Well, there's the wolf. Yeah, right in our way. Okay. Four of those, and... Yep, hi. Alright, I guess maybe I'm going to drop these up here. Two, there we go. Still got a tiny bit more, but again, we can drop some sticks, because I know we're going to have to climb probably a couple of... so many sticks. Yeah, I know, but I want to go fishing, and you're in my way. He was originally way over here yet last night, but when I came back last night, yeah, I knew he was over there, and I knew he was going to smell me. So I actually came back behind the rocks over there, so he followed me up past here, and he's slowly making his way back to where technically the game says to him that he should be hanging out. Like, we can probably fish for 5 or 6 hours right now. I guess at one point we had some bait. I think we must have used that all up. I could also use... We make fish hooks. Tools, fish hooks. We get 3 fish hooks from... I can't make any more right now. They have no scrap metal. But we got some extra fishing line in here, so... I think I will... take 2 of those, then next time I make some hooks, I'll have enough to make all of the doodads. I'm going to take one of these back into my inventory so that I can make another lure. We made the one that takes it before. There's a couple different lures. Yeah, that's the one that takes the revolver. Oh, I had one already. Anyway, but I lost it. But I need to bring some scrap metal back next time I come here. I like this one particularly with the wires. But yeah, again, gotta have scrap metal. And we don't. So, none of that for me for now. Where'd the wolf go? He must be like beside the... or behind the... wharf there, whatever you want to call it. Technically, we could turn one of these into fishing bait. I feel like the 491, that's the... Turn that into bait. How much bait does it? First of all, for carrying it, it gives us 1 scent line. I feel like bait smells too, though. Yeah, we can harvest it into 5 bait. Bait does quite a good job of extending your... yeah, so we got 5 bait right now. It doesn't say we smell, but well, and the wolf's not smelling us from there. Maybe it doesn't smell, which would be great, but you would think it would at least potentially smell a little bit. I'm going to drop the lantern because I know we don't need it over there. That's probably all drop for now. We've got some food, we've got some water. We don't really need to worry about any of that over there. And I left a couple of cooked fish over there last time, so let's just see if the wolf does end up detecting us. Still walking away. I'm fine with that. The other thing, of course, is now that the timber wolves have moved out of the way here, the bear will do its patrol past here again. Which, not a huge deal, but don't want to be totally ignorant of the potential repercussions either. Both the same size. Well. Alright. Guaranteed to break the ice at parties. Only fish for like an hour before we run out of hydration here. We'll use a bait. Set it for 2. We can keep an eye on our... take one there. Alright, now we're dehydrated, so... eat some fish. While we're dehydrated,
I need
so
to
we
find
can...
something to drink.
Yeah, I know. Alright. There you go, Mackenzie. Feel better now? But yeah, really, I think we can probably fish for 3 hours here. We'll use bait. I think it's interesting that you can craft tackle just standing here, too. Funny, you need a workbench, though, to do it. So what could you make? I guess you could just put this together, right? If you needed to. That makes sense, right? Anything else you need a workbench for, even for the tip-up, so... Alright, what did I say? 3 hours? See if we get an aurora tonight. At least a chance.
It's getting dark out here.
It is getting dark.
Time to look for shelter.
Nice. We got a lot of fish here. And it is very dark. Right, I guess we can just pick them all up. Decide which one is the... How much bait do we have left is the other question. Looks like we used up all the bait. You'll like if you set it for 3 hours, and I only figured this out recently, but if you set it to fish for 3 hours and you catch a fish, it will that consumes the bait, but then it will put more bait on the hook when you continue to fish. And what I intended to do last time was to cut up some bait and then leave it here. 2.6 is the smallest. Let's turn that into fishing bait. 6 fishing bait, and that takes half an hour. Right, and then we can drop those there, and then we can drop the bait right here by the door. Drop all. I can see now there's 2 wolves over there, but I think if we're fast enough, we will get there in time. We can get there before the... They might not even be able to smell me yet. They're busy howling right now. We also got to be conscious of the fact that the bear can be there. Looks like the wolves are not going anywhere. Even if they are, they always head towards the place where they smell you, where they first smelt you. Smelled. But yeah, again, this is not that difficult. Wow, this is dark though, isn't it? There we go, there's the fish. Still good for 1,000 calories here, so... Oh, whatever. So we're set to sleep for 7-ish hours. That's... probably close-ish to morning. We will, if possible, want to leave kind of early. for this expedition here. Grab the rope. Don't need to take the arrow shafts. What are we at weight-wise? We are still at only 43. Probably want to take a little bit of meat with us, but we've got... There's 1,000 calories, 1,500, 18, 2,100. I don't like to blow through all of our sort of... We don't have all that much. You can't really see it because it's so dark out, but we don't really have all that much sort of prepared food, so we're going to try and sustain ourselves on the meat as best we can here. Just trying to think. Probably... It's probably 8 hours until dawn. So... But I guess, like I said, we don't want to be too... Don't want to be too late. That's the other reason we're a little bit lighter than I was expecting. Alright, set it for 8 hours here. Probably won't sleep quite as much as that, but there's the blizzard. And I guess it's not still blizzarding, but it's... Oh, it's the end of another aurora. So we got aurora wolves out there. Well, we don't really want to do anything out there with aurora wolves running around, or the potential for an aurora bear. But yeah, I've really been racking my brains trying to figure out what else there is that I can do. I mean, I could take some of these cloth items that are not in great shape. We could harvest them, I suppose. They will eventually just deteriorate over time as well, but I'm tempted to repair one of these old-fashioned parkas, but they're so heavy. So many things.
I could use a drink.
Right, well. Clothing. Yes, I mean, we can harvest it, but it doesn't take that long. That's the problem. 10 minutes? That's not much. I mean, if the sun is up, well, technically night should be over. Is it a sunny day? Can we... We can start a fire right now. That's kind of comical. You can still see the stars, but technically on the diagram, the sun is above the horizon, so we're golden. I guess we're going to cook a few fish. Oops, come on. And we want to hang on to this so that when we get them, like, look at that, you can still see all the stars, but technically somewhere the sun is up. There have been a lot more aurora lately, and I think that's a strong indicator that we can, in fact, get in touch with the trader.
Looks like I survived another night.
It does look that way. Yeah, well, I think we will, because the wind is going to be awful cold if we get out in the... Just as I say that, the wind starts to die down. And we're going to have a nice morning. I'm going to do a little bit of work and hopefully sleep for another hour, and then
Too much stuff to carry.
Yeah. There we go. So technically if we go to sleep now for an hour, those should still be... Oh, now it's foggy. It's a good thing we did that before the sun came up. But, yeah. Barring unexpected wind, should be able to sleep for an hour here. And, well... Yeah, I don't know. Set it for 2, just so we know we're as rested as we can be when we wake up. Alright, it's still foggy. How full is our jerry can now? 3.12. So full. Alright, well, don't want to carry that with me. We do want to leave it here for when we cook these last couple of fish. Well, the one nice thing about it being clear like this is that it is not windy, so it shouldn't be too cold. What do I weigh right now? 42 kilos. We are going to drop that here. What do we have on us for cloth? 4, so we're going to drop 2 cloth here. Shouldn't need to repair much. Got 10 sticks. Should take at least 1 piece of moose meat and something else. Fish are just so darn heavy, you don't really want to rely on them for travel food if you can help it. Oh yeah, we need another 43. Alright, I'm just going to grab 1 more jug of water and then a piece of moose meat. That's the most densest form of meat we have. We're still light enough that I know we can make the rope climb. They're going to have to watch out for the bear. We got to go around sort of woods over there because that's where the cougar has taken up residence. The bear is really the only serious obstacle in our way. It wouldn't be a terrible thing if we could hunt another deer at some point, but hopefully this little jaunt will take us a day or 2. I mean, we'll have to sleep somewhere. There's a deer over there. Stop picking up sticks till we do at least do our first rope climb. Maybe grab a couple. I have checked a couple times where the moose spawn is to see if the moose has respawned. So far it does not, but we also need to be careful because the bear could be anywhere over here. Bunny. Alright, bear. Where's the bear? There he is. That's his little cave where he sleeps. So I'm not sure if he just got up or what. Their sleeping routines are still a bit of a mystery to me. Looks like he's going to head down in the ravine a little bit. What we want to do is skirt the plane crash area over here. What we want to do is we want to grab a few more feathers if we can.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
But I think there's also likely timber wolves. I don't see them right now, but I already... Yeah, I did. I could really drop another stick is what I could do. Oh yeah, there's a wolf. Just a regular wolf, though. Yeah, wolves and timber wolves don't tend to mix too much. I have a feeling I have not harvested the, or opened the crates over here just because of the timber wolves. We'll go over and check quickly here. I've searched the corpse, but... Yeah, see, there's the cougar. We're just kind of getting into his territory here. I would have expected to find a few feathers by this. Oh, great. Alright, well, now we gotta beeline it for the... Still stop by here quickly and check and see if we've opened this or not. We have not. What about this one? Ooh. We have not opened this one either. Alright, time to walk the dog. I think. Maybe there can be bunnies up ahead here. Everything's still a bit... Like, the wildlife refresh thing is still kind of throwing me off. But at the same time, a wolf is a wolf, and, unless it's a timber wolf. As long as you're not... Oh, ptarmigan, okay. I was gonna say, as long as you're not particularly injured or carrying a particularly heavy amount of stuff, yeah. Oh, there is one over here. Maybe wolf will go after that instead.
I'd better find some water.
Oh, in fact, yeah, it is going after. I would like to see if... Sometimes they catch them and sometimes they don't. He did catch it. Oh. Enjoy your snack. I'm out of here. Thankfully, the wolves will not go across these bridges. If this was real life, I wouldn't go across this bridge either. We're lucky we'll find another couple of feathers here too. That'd be nice. Oh. One. Oh, one. Two. Oh, and there's another wolf. Well, 2 feathers is better than none. Far away from him as I can. I think we made it. Nope. We did not make it. Drat. We're currently too heavy to climb too, so if I have to drop a couple of sticks, technically I could just drink some water. Oh, darn it, Dave. There are more ptarmigan, I just heard them. can give him an excuse to walk right through that bevy of them there. Give him a few minutes to chew. Just enough time for me to drop a couple of sticks or what have you. Or maybe he's just given up already. I don't feel the need to hunt them right now. Alright, well the wolf has given up. For which I am not sad at all. But I suppose the smart thing to do. Drop 3 sticks. We should be... Oh, we're an entire kilo overweight. Oh. Well, we're going to eat some moose meat and drink some water, I guess. One way or another, we have to climb this rope over here. And, well, I mean, technically we could drop enough sticks. And we wouldn't need to, but... We're going to need to eat at some point. Well, there's a chance we left something in one of the deer clearing caves. And I know there will be more sticks up there, but... How hungry are we? 650 calories, I guess. It's more than half of the moose meat. There we go. Technically we got room for those sticks now, but whatever. We can get more. In fact, we will get more. Yeah, I cannot imagine climbing this with 45 kilos worth of gear on. Alright, well. Again, I don't know for sure if there's any... wolves over here. I check where the cave is. Yeah, there's the deer. Here's the first cave. No, we don't want to go in a cave. Well, not necessarily intent on frightening these deer, but it's kind of... They are where they are. That happens to be somewhat in my way. We open the... There can be another container over there. I'll have to go take a peek. Oh, we did leave some meat for future me. Uncooked. Oh, here's some cooked. And some water. And some guts. And some deer hide. Okay, well. Then I need to add that to my list here. There are... a bit of firewood. I think that's all we really see. Yeah. Well, there's one coal. That's all right. No. Food. Half a kilo, so 500 calories. All right. Well, we're still half a kilo. How much is that weigh yet? We can't even carry the full. Well, I mean, we could. Right. we're gonna have to climb another thing here too, so there are some oh, there's a wolf. Pretty sure over there. But I think that's where we got the 2 deer hides and stuff from. It's from wolves hunting and killing the deer. There is another container over there, but I think we... Second, I thought that was the bear grunting, but it was just the deer. There can be a bear. We'll have to keep our eyes open. I've hunted and killed a bear around these parts. Oh, there's a nice little breeze coming in from the window. Oh, there is a bear. And it smelled me. Oh, good. Well... I think we've gotten to the point where he's not... Oh yeah, we have harvested this before. Okay, well... Yeah, we kind of just got to wait for him to go by, honestly. And we can head back over and up, because we're not that far away from where we need to be, but we just can't climb straight up a sheer snow cliff, so... Goodbye to moose meat. Oh, we can... There he goes. You can sort of see him. Oh, did he smell me? Oh, he did. Oh, he came up to say hello. This is not good, everybody. Yep, we hurt ourselves. Alright, flare gun. And we've got some sprains, so we can't just... We can't just, climb our way to freedom.
I'm not dead!
Yeah, he says he's not dead.
Yes, he is. I'm not!
He will be soon. Thanks, Flins. I was hoping he wouldn't. I should have dropped the meat is what I should have done. What do we have? We have 1 sprained wrist. That's not too bad. We can deal with 1 sprained wrist. I think we've actually gotten far enough away that he's not an issue anymore. Looks like it's trying to... I know. It looks worse than it really is, Flins. The biggest problem is that we did take some condition damage on that fall. But I put myself in a bit of a bad spot. We could maybe actually start a fire. We would have a torch. Start a fire with the Maglens, but I don't know. Ultimately, we have an energy drink we can use to climb up if we have to. An encounter with a bear and a moose. Back to back, you say? Yeah, that sounds lovely. Take them to Mum. There's some ptarmigan. I don't, need either, but we do need a couple of these. I should have had a couple of these before. Throw in a sprinkling of wolves? Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what I need, Flins. Thanks. Yeah, well, I don't know if we can start a fire, actually. It's, I feel like it's too windy, but, yeah. Well, not as just that it's too windy, but that it's not sunny enough. Yes, you could argue that that's about as Canadian as... Yes, yeah, I've been here before. Here's the proof. At the very least, I think we're going to have to drink a coffee, but because it's a bit of a climb. Well, that's not as bad as it could be. But it's still a climb, and we are already... The torch is a giveaway? Yeah. Alright. Yeah, see now we're kind of heavy. Alright, well. We need... Clear up the pain, and we need to bandage. If we don't, then we can't climb the thing, right? So I guess we need to take... Yes, the cheated death penalty is the worst of the bunch by far. And sadly, there is not a rosehip around here, so we're going to have to actually take the pills. We're still a half a kilo heavy. Drink some water, that'll help. Then I guess I'm going to have to drop more sticks. Of course, we're also getting tired, too, so that's another issue. But, drop 4. We don't need hinder. Alright, so technically we're good. We're going to drink a coffee. Then we should be okay to climb the... Alright. Wish me luck. Slow as molasses, but this is what I get for carrying the climbing rope. I'm taking the climbing rope up to the back side of the landing up here because I want to be able to go and visit the waterfall cave. Yeah, we should be able to. There we go, no problem. No problemo. Secluded shelf. Perfect. And I think... Get up here, we'll light a torch so we don't have to use our lantern. I carry a lantern around all the time, but I almost never use it. But I think we should be able to... start a fire. We can just get somewhere where we're safe from the wind. This will do. I think. There we go. Mag lens. Oh, look. There's a torch.
Come on.
We're definitely tired. The good news is that we don't need to climb up any farther. I mean, technically we can go up to the summit and the tail section again if we want to.
Turned out pretty well.
Sure did. Decent torch. Take one more. That's a really good torch. So let's take the worst one of the bunch, this little 18% one. And hope we can sprint into the cave here before it blows out. Oh, we... Back to work, Flins? Yeah. I get you. But thanks for stopping in and giving me a hard time. Because, of course, I mean, why wouldn't you, right? Yeah, still got a long way to go. I'm not sure if you're talking about me or you, but yes. Long way to go on work, and long way to go for me climbing and whatnot in this game. Yes, well, that's part of the fun, isn't it? Let's go this way. I don't think it matters. I think it just kind of basically goes in a big square and then joins up on the far side, but I usually try and stick to the left when I go in, or I mean the right when I go in cave, so I'm going left now for variety. As is the Canadian way, Flynn's. Like, that's the most Canadian thing to do. Only annoy people you like. Exactly. Okay, do we go out this way, or do we gotta go... I think we gotta go under the doodad here. Yeah, that's just snow collecting, so... Yep, and there's the last torch we swapped before going through the little crawl space here. Hope work goes quick, Flynn's. Which is not to say that I want it to be overly busy for you, but just, you know, get down and out the other side. Why is it so... Oh, that's not the exit to the cave. That's just the... Just opens up. And there's the way out. Can't really... I mean, I don't really need the wood. Want to do it all before the storms hit? Oh, you got that kind of weather, do you? I think you were here when I mentioned we had a near tornado, which is to say that it was nearly a tornado. It's just a dead end. Exactly. You've had 4 so far? Woo! Yeah, we had a near miss. Not in that the tornado nearly, only barely missed us, but that it was almost but not quite a real tornado. Today's not a tornado, just a good thunderstorm. We're supposed to get some tonight. I'm not expecting it to be too crazy, but I also am not going to be playing late because I got to work. So, 100 kilometers, just a mere 100 kilometers an hour wind. That's only like 60 miles, Flynn's. Alright, so... Alright, well... Try and keep another torch going here, even though it's probably going to blow out. Oh, yeah. Alright, well... I was pretty sure it was going to blow out, but it was worth a try. But I guess this is the one... Have I mapped this one? That's the other question I don't have an answer to yet. Is that... That's the waterfall, I think, and the waterfall cave, yeah. But I want to get the rope attached to the downside of this. Can we be sheltered from the wind here, please? There we go. Alright. I didn't bring much charcoal. No. I don't want to do that. I want to map. Crazy game. There we go. Okay, that is the one we've done, and the waterfall's right up here. Maybe this is the other... Well, this one goes up to the summit. Maybe that's the one that goes down, but I'm pretty sure the rope is not there, which is why I came this way in the first place. And yeah, there are some saplings down there. I'm just going to grab some sticks because I feel like we're going to need to make a fire in our little shelter there. I mean, if we have to spend the night here, we can go back up into that little cave. It's supposed to be one way. You're not supposed to be able to kind of go the other way, but you can if you're careful kind of climbing the rocks. There is a way sort of back onto the platform, if you will. The other thing is that there can be some rabbits here for food, but there may not be. Oh yeah, there's a couple.
Too heavy.
Yeah, I know. me see over the edge here. Yeah, there's the waterfall, and kind of in behind that, there's a cave. Oh, there's more bunnies. There can be a bear that patrols down there too, though, so you do got to be a little bit cautious. Probably will want to sleep. I'm just not sure with our lowered condition if sleeping in the cave over here is the best plan, but I would like to drop off this rope before I do much else. But yeah, we could go up to summit, and then we could just come back for the rope climbs. But... oh, there's a bunch of ptarmigan, too. Well, hopefully we can avoid scaring the ptarmigan while we come down here. Don't give you a lot of room to kind of get around, do they? Again, I don't really need the meat or the feathers right now, because I've got more than enough. I don't think we left anything in the cave here, but it is worth checking. Never even started a fire in here. Okay, well. No, hang on. Where are the sticks? There we go. I mean, if the weather stayed nice, we could shoot a couple of them, cook them, and then still have our other stuff for the way back down. Didn't know you could get up here. Kind of cool. Yeah, you can go all the way sort of back and around there too, but there's a rope there. What? And where does the rope need to go? Oh, I know. I think I mapped here. Yeah, that's got to be the other rope. Or the other map thing. I guess we can, like, because we haven't, like, that's, I guess, the waterfall, and that's the cave. Oh, no, that's not. Cave's got to be over here behind the waterfall here. So confusing sometimes, but why did we bring the rope if there's no need to anchor it here?
Feet on the ground, junk in the trunk.
Because I forgot, that's why. Hey, Jackie. A slight breeze, yes. At least it's nice and well, I was gonna say nice and warm, but we are getting kind of blown around a bit. All right. Yeah, I hope you've been having a good good Sunday there, Jackie. Of course. Too high, too low. Finally got one. Yeah, it's not super uncommon. There we go. Okay, now I'm out of cheap arrows. I don't really need more than the two of them anyway. Yeah, 130, that's getting rough for sure. We could have had more, but that's all right.
Something's got to go.
Not overly concerned. That's enough. Great. Well, if we can find a sheltered spot. Got to do it before the weather changes. That's the big thing. No luck at all with mount farming. You and Dan both. Dan normally has very good luck, even without various, boons and boosts and whatever. But he has had a rough spell here too. Yeah, that's the silly thing, right? Like if the chance to get the mount is normally like 0.1%, and you add 5% to that, that makes it a whopping 5.1%, which is still not a huge You know, like, it's significant, but it's still far from a guarantee. The problem is that when, yeah, you farm a bunch of your regular farms like you always do and you still get nothing, and then you look on you know, forums or social media or whatever, and everybody's like, I got my thing. Like, I got invincible. 700 attempts. Oh my goodness. Well, yeah, for you it's consistent. For Dan, it's sort of a reversal of fortunes. I think he's got one so far that he's been trying to get. Hi. What are you doing?
I'm watching
You're watching Moana. I am not surprised.
on this.
I do.
Yes, this.
Yeah, we're having pasta salad tonight.
Yes, this.
Yes, well, that's what we're making for your brothers because they don't like pasta.
Yes.
You had all except for 2 from Pandaria. No, you don't need to move the mouse. Thank you. Enough. Oh, yeah, because you can... Is it that you can now get you can now learn the... I noticed that when I was playing, like, the last couple of days when I was, you know, doing the Pandaria time walking, I sold the gear pieces that dropped, and they instantly put the appearance in my thing, even for, I think, like, cloth pieces when I was on my paladin. Yeah, exactly. Now, is that part a permanent change? Or is that just during the event here? Because if it's just during the event, that's kind of lame. Yes. It's permanent. Okay. And that's what I was wondering. I never bothered to look it up, and I wasn't overly concerned. I was just sort of pleasantly surprised to get stuff added. But that to me seems like a fair change, right? Yeah, because there's nothing worse than doing a mount farm on 10 different characters, and the transmog that you are hoping for incidentally for your priest drops on your warrior, and you can't learn it because you can't learn the wrong... Exactly, right? The whole warband thing means all of that stuff should be sort of more consistent and whatnot. What about you? Are you planning to stay here? What are you planning to do? Just crashing the party, hey?
Nice.
Yeah, I guess the warriors technically in the past could have learned like mail gear, because back in the olden days they could wear, like, now as a paladin or a warrior, even at level 1, the gear you get is plate gear. There is no like learning to train plate at level 40. Oh yeah, for sure. If you're a priest or a mage or something, and that's your preferred character, then yeah, I agree. It was very silly.
That's done.
All right. Oh, okay. Why is it not letting me... The knife. There we go. 5 minutes with the knife. Yeah, it's been a long time since they... Like, that was a...
Something.
I'm not sure if that was I think that was a Cataclysm change, Jackie, where they basically restricted all classes to 1 armor type, I thought. Because Transmog came out in Cataclysm, but I thought they had done that, like, when they redid the zones. You know, like, because they redid all the vanilla zones where you would get all that gear. Yeah, because Shaman would... Was it Shaman? I think Shaman and Druids could both learn mail at 40, and priests or paladins and warriors could learn... the wardrobe, though, not transmog. Yeah, the wardrobe wasn't added till Warlords. That sounds right. Yeah, so before that, warriors and paladins could have learned basically any gear type, but not... While warriors, I guess, could learn every weapon, but paladins couldn't. But yeah, it makes sense with the wardrobe that you would have... Well, and especially, like you said, Jackie, with the warbands there. small one. That's all right. Oh, you're right. You're right. Yeah. That's true. Yeah, warriors can't use wands, which makes sense. But yeah, that's right. If you were wearing all plate, then you got a bonus to your strength, like a 10% strength bonus or something. Something like that, right? Kind of wishing I'd shot one more of those birds. Oh well, doesn't really matter. We still got more than enough. Hey, we're down under 100 hours now, too. Fantastic. Less than 4 days to go. Yeah, well, I mean, rogues can't equip wands. Like, lots of classes can't equip wands, but... Yeah, I remember that. I remember having to, you either had to, you had to have it, you basically had to have it handy, yeah, to do the change. But then they added void storage, and usually the void storage guys were close enough that if you just opened, did you have to open both interfaces? I forget how that worked. But, you know what, we can... Yeah, do a little bit of water here. No, yeah, you're right. They could equip, because, well, wands are ranged weapons in a sense, but yeah, they're a special case too. I know, but yeah, I see your point, Jackie. Very fair. Well, eat what we can here, I guess. This should last long enough. It's not that late. Question is, which rope do we want to climb down? This one puts us closer to the waterfall, but that one is a longer climb. Gets us closer to where we haven't mapped yet, so... No, you're right, Jackie. But only priests and warlocks could use wands. No, and mages, right? Priest, warlock, mages. Yeah, but they fit in the... They still equip in the ranged weapon slot, but because you don't... As a warrior, you don't... It was always a bit vague, and I understand why... I caught myself, Jackie. There we go. I am not going to try to... Okay, that I need to decide which way I want to go down. Yep, that's the dead giveaway, isn't it? Alright, here we go. No, we can't go up there? Fine. You couldn't transmog legendaries. Yeah, they've changed that. Yeah, so many restrictions that they've done away with over the years. Maybe we will go down the short climb in the morning here. Just gotta find something to do to kill time until morning. You know what? We could harvest the feathers. Or the down, rather. Yeah, I could see their argument to a point. But so many more things are kind of open-ended now that never used to be. That I think it's another thing that was worth ditching. And I mean, and some people, like, I really, like, right now I think I have a two-handed mace on my paladin, but I have it transmogged into a polearm. I don't know why, I just like the polearm animations better. Slight restrictions. Only change a bow into a bow, crossbow, or gun. Oh, can't transmog one-handed weapons to daggers. Yeah, that's a little bit. What? Okay. First of all, why are we limping? I know why we're limping, but...
That hurts.
Yeah, right, because the size difference of the different races makes a big difference to what looks good on them. And also, there's a few different, like, especially with two-handed and one-handed swords, some of them you can... Yeah, exactly. And there are a very few two-handed weapons that equip on your, like, on your hip. And there's very few, but there is a few one-handed weapons that equip on your back. And I can't remember what they are, but I always enjoyed
Hurts a bit,
those.
but I'll make it.
Right, yeah, we are hurting a little bit here, but... hour and a half or 2 hours. Let's just go with 2 hours. We're gonna get a little bit tired, but we're gonna sleep here, so... was it Battle for Azeroth that we got Volpera? I think so. What did we get for the Alliance? You'd think I would know. No, it doesn't really matter.
I'm so tired.
I'm so tired. Well, it's nighttime now if we sleep for 12 hours. Mechanomes! I tried my best to forget Mechanomes, Jackie. Never was a fan of the Mechanome. Our sleeping bag is taking a bit of
Kind of thirsty.
damage here over time. We'll have to see about fixing that. You are kind of thirsty, Mackenzie. Should we just sleep now, or should we... hour and a half. That's gonna put it later than I would like. Let's just sleep now. Oh, no, let's be smart and drink first, or else we'll die overnight. Your Mechanome is adorable. I can't speak to that. Batterina. I think you've mentioned that before. I don't know why, but I feel like Mechanomes are the least played allied race. Gotta go back to work, Flinzy. I thought you were trying to do that 15 minutes ago. No, I get it. I get it. It's easy to get distracted. But yes, again, Storm is definitely getting close. All right. Get her done. Stay safe. And, yeah. Bless you. Take care, Flins. Hope you, well, I was going to say, hope you have a good weekend. I know you usually work over the weekend. This is Sunday. Hope you have a good week. They have some really neat racials. Yeah, and I mean, some of the new allied racials are kind of, I don't know if I want to say overpowered, but they're definitely, yeah, for sure. All right, you can sit on my knee again for a minute. But yeah, what are you eating?
Popcorn.
More popcorn, or was that your popcorn from before? You just didn't finish it. Lucky. Yeah, I don't know. I just,
Yes.
especially for things like transmog, I've just never enjoyed gnomes, and so mechanomes are just gnomes with extra steps for me. Well, that's true. Buddy, we don't need to see your popcorn. I can't deny it, Jackie. To be fair, it's not the reason I picked a human paladin to begin with, but it is one of the reasons I never considered race changing. Was because of the reputation thing. And I can understand why they felt they needed to deal with that. And I don't blame Blizzard for giving the allied races sort of racials +1, you know, because they did need to compete with some outliers like that from the vanilla system, like the human racial. That was especially because once they tied like certain gear rewards and even certain like mounts and transmog stuff behind reputation gains and the Paragon chests, right? If you can grind all that stuff 10% faster, you almost force collectors to do all of that stuff on a human character. Until they made, because that reputation stuff is account wide now, is it not? Isn't that one of the reasons they changed the human racial? Or is it just, well, maybe it's not. Anyway, the complexities of retail. I don't envy the devs having to solve that problem. I think the replacement racial, the one that gives us 2 charges to the Hearthstone or whatever it is, I think that was a reasonable trade. It doesn't quite share the same power, but ever since they consolidated most of the teleportation stuff in the game into the major hubs in Stormwind and Orgrimmar, being able to get there twice as often is huge. I mean, I still even, and I mean, because part of the reason is I don't play retail at the moment like most people do. I do very specific things and I do them in a repetitive way, just to kind of sustain my gold income. Nobody wants to watch you pick your nose on camera. If you want to go pick your nose, go somewhere else. But yeah, they. So I still routinely use my Dalaran Hearthstone because there's a Stormwind portal in Dalaran, and my Garrison Hearthstone because there's a portal to, what is it, Ashran, that then gets you to Stormwind. 3-minute cooldown decoy. Oh, yes, your own crafting station. I remember that. An automatic heal. Imagine that, a mechanical creature having an automatic heal. Yeah, a little bit similar to the Draenei heal over time thing, but I think it's stronger on the Mechanomes. But yeah, basically having your own target dummy. Because I don't think you can make target dummies anymore, can you? Like engineering in War Within doesn't have target dummies. All right, but it's funny. We're not going to a house. We're staying in a cave. Yeah. My main disagreement with playing a gnome is that they're too small to make transmog as easily noticeable. Back in the olden days, when your class or when your racial stats affected your class, you know, and so everybody that rolled a mage felt like they needed to play gnome because of the slightly higher intellect. So I have a gnome mage that I do my best to ignore now on an old server that I don't play on. But as soon as they introduced transmog, I was like, playing a gnome sucks because you can't see half the gear because it's all squished, right? So it was purely sort of an aesthetic thing that originally put me off of them. But yeah, because the robes don't and I guess if they had a toggle, right, so that you could have the mechanical arms go inside of the sleeves of the clothing or whatever, but yeah, I don't know. You needed a rogue, yeah, and that's just what you needed, so it's what you got. We are still very hungry. We are gonna have to do some more hunting here, I guess. Well, I know they get both. I'm just saying, as an example, if they had a toggle, right, then you could it's like the whole hair under hats thing, right? Do I have a mechanical limb? Yes. Do I always want to see it? No. Right? Sometimes maybe you do, but sometimes maybe you don't. It's just like the option to hide the shoulders or the belt, or you can hide almost any gear slot now, I think. So yeah, to me, any of those things would make sense to have a toggle for it, right? Like, do you cut the leg, the pant leg off so you can see one or both, or or do you want to, I don't want to say hide it, but like cover it up for aesthetic purposes, right? In any case, no, I won't have to worry about it because I don't think I even unlocked Mechanomes. Did you not have to run like the Mechagon like mega dungeon to finish unlocking them or something? I don't remember. All I remember is I hated the Mechanome Island. I hated that place, and so that also put me off of Mechanomes, which is not entirely fair either, right? That's like hating people from France because you had a bad experience in Paris. It's not fair, but it's still is going to affect people's feelings about stuff. So all of that stuff just drove me crazy in BFA. Most of Battle for Azeroth I did not mind, but the Mechanome, was that Battle for Azeroth? I think so. Yeah. Anyway, that's the stuff that drove me crazy. Would a Mechanome who got this enhancement choose to cover it up? Yeah. You're not wrong. But as a player of that character, we may not always feel the same about it, right? So I guess it depends if you're more concerned with the role play or if you're more concerned with personal preference. And I mean, if you're that concerned about it, I mean, because that's the other problem, right? Then you're choosing, if you choose Mechanomes for their racial strengths, then like their abilities, then the trade-off is you get stuck looking at mechanical legs all the time. Actually, when I was in Winterspring on hardcore and I was trying to do the Winterfall runner quest and I ended up grouping up with that mage. I don't know if you guys remember that. Just so we didn't have to like wait for a respawn or try and fight for tags or anything like that. But we ran together for a little while, and running beside the mechanome, like the mechanical mount, the mechanical chicken that the gnomes get, just drove me crazy. I don't think I could ever play a gnome in vanilla again for that reason alone. Just knowing what you get with the mount. And yes, I know there's technically other ways to get other mounts, but yeah. Oh yeah, you got to choose, right? And especially issues with clipping, like that's in line with the hair under hats thing, right? And the reason that you don't have hair under hats most of the time is because of the clipping issue. But when it's something that's more integral to the model, like with Worgen is the good example, then it's very much harder, I would imagine, for them to solve that issue on a tech level. But yeah, I don't know. And I can see it being similar to the Mechanome thing too, but except for I know that in most Mechanomes, the arms and legs are like you have options as to what you select at character creation. And I don't know if you can change that with the barbershop or not. I have never given it a second's thought. Right? Because you can change your hairstyle and you can change your piercings and you can change your color, your hair color. You can even change your skin tone, I think, in the barbershop, in retail. But Right. Yeah, and I mean, for Blizzard, it's always a question of how much time is this going to take to solve. Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know if I knew that they'd added that, but it doesn't surprise me. Um, but yeah. So I would assume that you can. Oh, what was I going to say? Anyway, so I would assume that you can change whether or not your mechanome arm is mechanical or not, because it's one of the things you can change at character creation, right? So you can change the front look, but not the back. Oh, interesting. Arms and legs are mechanical. Just you're stuck with it. Okay. Again, I don't think I ever unlocked them, so I've never even looked at the character creation screen for mechanomes. So that's just me not having any experience with it. So I guess that's what you get. Yeah, the Worgen main. That's not MAIN, because you are a Worgen main. But yes. You can change the front, but not the back. Yeah, because the back is just, it's part of your... It's the same thing with the Tauren, right? Like, they have... Like, you can change the horns and things, but you can't change some, the structure of their head and the fact that they're kind of... I don't know how to... You know what I mean, though. Just the way that their neck and shoulders kind of work with their posture. It's sort of like the hunched over versus the upright orcs, except they finally gave you that option. When did they give us that option? I don't even remember. Sometime after we got the Maghar orcs. That's all I know for sure. It's still early, so it's going to be cold. I think we're going to climb down the first rope here. I should check my weight. Oh yeah, we're super good on weight. We just don't have a lot of food. Wow. It is still and clear. We can probably start another fire. Now, is there a wolf down here? Because sometimes there's wolves up here. But, alright. Mountaineering rope, going down. You can change their appearance a bit. Okay. Ears, eyes, and parts of the jaw. Yeah, I remember there being, like... I don't know. Everything I know is stuff I've seen on... Oh, are we going to get snow? Can I not... Darn it, I waited too long. Oh well. But yeah, I think that's the waterfall, and I think the cave is in behind it. Oh ho ho, here's another doodad. Open. We did bring a hacksaw, right? Tell me we brought a hacksaw, please. Well, I guess the good thing about having eaten all our meat is that we don't have anything cause us to smell, attract predators. Wonder if there's a... Speaking of predators. Alright, well. Do we have a hacksaw, and what kind of shape is it? 83%, we're fine.
There's got to be something useful in here.
Hey, airline food. That's a lot of airline food. Oh, there's the wolf. Perfect. One of the reasons I crouched, just so we're less easily detected. Medicines. Alright, well.
I might have to drop some gear.
Alright. I do want to, like, if there is a rope anchor to be placed over here, I would happily place it. Neighbors must be barbecuing or something. I smell meat. Maybe not. There's a deer. I thought for sure there was a way. Now I'm confused because there's another thing to open over there. Right, really? Can we do this? There's an anchor there somewhere. We can take another look. It is, we have to be able to access it from the other side. That's not the direction I was originally trying to go either, is it? Well, we better be prepared. That's where we came down. Oh, there it is. Okay, there is an anchor to put here. So we didn't bring this rope all this way in vain. Yeah, this is the next best way down, and there is another crate, and this is eventually the way we will go down. I can see there's another crate down there to open. Alright, let's deploy the rope. Thank goodness. Oh, now we're stuck on the wrong side of it. Alright, and now we have no sprain risk. And we're going to go check out the cave and leave a few supplies there. Actually, there's the wolf again. Did say we wanted a few sticks, didn't I? I'm going to take these too. Don't actually have any, so... One more set over here. Almost always come in sets of 3. Oh. Oh, we can take this. Oh, that's what I didn't make a note of in the... on my list of stuff I have at the cabin. Okay, we can add it later. There's the third bush. They always come in 3s. They're just not always right next to each other. Okay, this is not... Oh, I felt like the waterfall cave was on the other side of the waterfall. Maybe there's another cave, but maybe this isn't what I was thinking of. If we go far enough
I can drop
up here,
any of this gear.
it'll tell us if it's a new place we've never discovered before. Eric's Falls, there we go. Alright. Map, do your thing. Eric's Falls.
Can't feel my feet.
Should have come a little closer, but what are you going to do? Yeah, I thought the cave was on that side, but I'm sure I saw it over here, so... That's okay, I guess. There are a couple bunnies over there, I'm tempted. Wow, look at this huge branch. Quaint little cave. A couple of sticks. Waterfall cave. There we go. Did that end up on our map here? No. Alright. Well, I guess we need to map the waterfall cave, so let's... Man, we're still cold. There it is. We warm back in here? We are. Okay, well... drop you. Alright, we'll give ourselves a minute to warm up here, and we will prepare some reishi mushrooms and some... just because we are getting a little bit on the chilly side. And some rose hips here, too. Alright, you're curing. We can... Just water wine. Not a lot. Okay, so... I guess I take it back. I don't really need to get any rabbits. We got so much food here, it's kind of stupid. But I still want to go... What I want is charcoal to map more of this, but... We can at least go over this way and check and see what there is. All the while being conscious. You needed to go to bed 90 minutes ago, Jackie. Understood. Appreciate you being here. Hope you have a great night. Get well rested. And, yes, take care. Alright, there are a couple of bunnies. We are getting colder again, too. Yeah, we really don't need the bunnies, but we do need more charcoal. So I'm gonna... There's more maple over here. Okay, well... I got so much airline food, I don't need to worry about the bunnies. And I'm gonna grab these, saplings. Just grab a few more sticks over here. If nothing else, we're going to feed a bunch of fuel into the fire just to get more charcoal for mapping back here. It's not that I don't have a bunch back at my base, it's that I didn't want to have to carry it up the hill to get here. For obvious reasons. Oops, come on. There we go. Yeah, sticks don't make nearly so much charcoal as the bigger...
Need to find some place to escape this cold.
branch. I know. Whew. Alright, well, there's plenty more to see over here. But, A, we're getting pretty cold, and B, we want to be able to map it, so I'm going to head back now. Boil up some water, I suppose. Still don't have a pot, right? Yeah, we haven't gone far enough around to find the other climbing rope either. Which means we haven't gone quite as far as I think we have. Any more branches? Okay, I can see that there are some branches. I just don't want to stop to break them up, because we're about to get cold, which means we're going to start taking damage. Not cool, man. I guess we could run if we have to. Oh, well, here's one more stick on the way. Get back 2 more sticks. And we're gonna grab 2 more. We're gonna take a teeny bit of cold damage. Too cold to think. All I'm thinking is pick up sticks. It is the most surefire way to stay warm. think I'm going to have to close the window out back here. There we go. Now we're warming up. Guess we can afford to stand there for a second. Not sure what they're doing, but don't really need the fumes. Alright, well, can drop 2 more maple. I guess if we're going to start a fire, we should use a torch. Eh, 33 sticks, that ought to go for a while. Plus we got like 11 more over by the front door. Not much to cook, although I suppose we could make the reishi tea and the other stuff after we get some water.
Turned out pretty well.
I'll say. I don't know. Put the torch away. Alright, well, it's a little lighter. Alright. Some water. That'll take a few minutes. We've warmed up a decent amount. And there's a little break in the rocks here. Definitely very noisy. There's the wolf way over there. I suppose the cave must have always been over here. We're gonna have to make a few decisions about what we want to leave, because we can't take everything. Really not much else to see over there right now. Yeah, we've got tons of food. Chicken, vegetarian. I guess that does hydrate us a little bit too. Yeah, nothing on, well, I mean, I was going to say nothing on us that we need to cook, but we're going to make one thing of reishi tea and then one thing of rosehip tea. Liter. Half liter. Oh, yeah, we're doing decent on water now. Because we're only carrying 42 kilos. We could take most of this stuff down. Each of these weighs 1/4 of a kilo. We've got basically, well, 2 kilos worth to work with. So, but as long as there's not... Oh, but we want to take some of these too, don't we? They weigh 1/3 each, so... I guess we'll eat more probably before we go down, especially if we go up a good ways, because we are here right now. But if we go back, we can get all the way around over to here and map as well. Like, there should be a decent chunk more up here, but we need the... I'm going to leave a little bit of food and definitely going to leave a bit of water here. There really isn't anything else we need to make or cook or anything, I don't... Yeah, we've still got 4 fire-hardened arrows that are in decent shape. Our pants did take a little bit of damage. Our gloves when we did that fall, but... Oh, hi, you're back! Easy, easy. Don't lean on the desk. Are you still eating your popcorn? No, we're in a cave, see? Oh, yeah. My sleeping bag is kind of... Oh, pfft. No wonder we're so heavy. Hey, hey, careful, careful! Eee. Yeah, I mean, I guess we could leave a couple of these behind. That would improve our weight carrying ratio. But yeah, what does it take to repair 2 cloth for 30%? So that would bring it back up to perfect. Or there is the... Where does that fall under? The improvised down bedroll. Need a lot more ptarmigan down for that. It nicely does restore to 100%, but it also wears out faster. Oh. Chicken 5. Alright, well. Yeah, we can still actually do just fine. Yeah, we gotta... I guess we gotta put more fuel on to get some charcoal and then let the fire blow out. Sunny out, or is it still... Looks like it's still snowing lightly outside here in the game. Alright, well. We should definitely do a decent amount more water. Boy, do I wish we had a pot. No, I didn't want to do a half. We got anyway. Alright, we burned through a lot of time here. This is going to give us like 3 charcoal. I can already tell. Because we didn't burn any bigger chunks of meat. I mean, if we... Chunks. You know, if we chopped up bigger firewood, it would have gone a lot farther. Chicken or veggie? More chicken. I still think you should be able to heat these up by the fire. Like, not like in, like, not on the rocks maybe in front of the fire, but like you can warm up teas on the side here. That makes sense to me. Speaking of which, I should warm up tea here and put it in my flask. Why are you not? Well, that's going to be close. We're going to have to put another stick on the fire, I think, in order to keep it going. I guess we'll see. Technically, this fire is inside. I should have built it outside of the, like in the outside portion of the cave. Oh no, we're alright. And we can just put it in our thermos right away. 6 liters. That's more than I thought we were going to get. I definitely do not need to carry all of that with me. Yeah, that leaves me with 3. Still more than enough. That leaves me with almost 4. Alright. There we go. And where is our thermos? I realized we could put the tomato soup in the thermos if it was hot. Didn't really think about that before. We gotta wait for the embers to go out. You should be able to... there should be a way to take like a half a liter of water and then douse your fire. Just so you can get the charcoal faster. That's an impractical request. I'm just... oh, we could do though. Good. Go. Blow out for me here. Come on. I want the charcoal. There we go. 3. Yeah, how'd I know we were going to get 3? Oh well. We're light. It's not super cold. Bunnies are still over there. Yeah, if we can pick up a few more sticks, that would not be a bad plan. Especially because I feel like we're going to... kind of would like to keep this fire going if I can, so... can make a couple of small fires while we map kind of on this journey here. But this is like the back wall of the region. There's nothing beyond this wall here. Oh, yeah, so right here. Gonna take us 13 or 3 sticks to get a fire going long enough that it will last through. Mapping, I think, takes 15 minutes.
Come on.
Gotta have the fire last at least that long.
All right.
Basically. Torch is basically done anyway. There we go, 24 minutes. Map right here. There we go. Oh, we didn't even get the far side there. That's alright. We can harvest this now. Could have put another stick on here and then gotten a new torch, but you never really know for sure what you're going to get with a new torch either, so we'll maybe do that the next time around. I think this is about as far as we came before, isn't it? This stand of like 3 trees. Whoa, come on. Okay, I think I sort of actually know where I am now. Sort of. There's where the other ledge where you climb, right?
That did it.
Well. We are getting tired. The night is moving on. Wow, I thought we would have gotten a little more than that, but There we go. That's what I'm talking about. That is a torch. Right there. I guess. Basement. Yeah, that's where you climb down. From the ledge. Oh, yeah, okay. I know where we're at. Sort of. Basically, this all loops... Like, it loops back around and down here. Looks different on the map than it... Like this... I don't know that it connects to deer clearing or not, but... I mean, we can map one more thing here, I guess. Yeah, there's the whole ridge over here. I'd actually rather map from the top of that thing there. Maybe we'll... I think it will fill in more of the map for us, so... Whoa. Yeah, there's the bottom of the rope. And yeah, see, that's sort of the straightforward way to get up to Summit. But it involves a lot of... It's a lot more straightforward in that it's a simpler path to follow. It's got one long rope. Well, it's got 2 long rope climbs instead of like 3 shorter ones, I guess. You would say. Yeah, that hangs around to the south. We're sort of facing south right now as it is. Wow, you can see stuff way that far away.
Come on.
Come on.
That did it.
It didn't it? Alright, well, this is our last charcoal here, so hopefully it actually covers some of the map for us there. Well, it did a bit. Alright, well. Another amazing torch. Alright, well, back we go. All the way to the waterfall cave. Which isn't... It's not that far to go. The last time I was at the waterfall cave, I mean, other than, you know, 10 or 15 minutes ago when we were playing now, today, was back... One of the story chapters doesn't take place in Timberwolf Mountain, does it? No. Milton, Blackrock, Valley. Yeah, Forlorn Muskegon, Broken Railroad, yeah. And Mystery Lake. Hi. I'm going back to the cave I was at before, but yeah, that was a long time ago. And there, at the time, there was... Thank you, buddy. There was some kind of a sound glitch where you were in the waterfall cave, but it sounded like you were standing right at the foot of the waterfall. It was so unbearably loud. I don't think I was streaming it then. Maybe I was, but... Anyway, it was so unbelievably loud, I had to turn it. I had to turn it down. I actually went into the menu and turned the volume down on the game. Yeah, it was like blizzards can be loud and waterfalls can be loud in this game, but that was another level. Oh, we're almost back now. I mean, technically we could start another fire, but I burned through enough sticks and don't think it really matters. We don't need it to stay warm. think there's anything else we even need to craft, right? I think we'll probably just put the torch out and I mean, technically we could go and chop an ice fishing hole in the water there and we could fish too, but we're so not short on food. I know we're already warm, but this torch is worn out enough. We'll just maybe we'll do the other the one that's just 14% here too. Takes so little time. We got one at 19%. Well, hang on to the 19% one, I suppose. Yep, nothing to repair gear-wise. Tools-wise, I mean... Technically, we could do a bit of repair on our clothes, but that's just wasting cloth at this stage. So let me think. We're here at this cave. We go over here. This is the rope climb down to the cargo container we haven't opened yet. I think there's one, like that's the cave that takes us to Blackrock. This is the rope climb we have to climb up to get there, but I think if we climb here, I think that it's just on the other side here, and then yeah, there's another climb there, which is the one down from. I think this one doesn't have a rope on it right now, but this one does. Yeah, 'cause that's the one we climbed up to get Blackrock. Yeah, I mean, at this point we just need to pass some time, honestly. So we're tired enough to sleep through the night. Oh, 10 hours. Let's go one more hour. There we go. Let us sleep 10 hours. I mean, we need a sleeping bag here, but...
Not sure why I feel so tired.
I'm pretty sure I know why, Mackenzie. Because it's the middle of the night. And blizzard. Well, down to like 2.5 days basically here. Not even. That's been worth doing. Food-wise, we're going to eat a bunch more airline food, I guess. Like a whole bunch more. We're going to eat these 3. We didn't eat anything before we went to bed. Why not? Let's get close to full here. So we're probably gonna sleep for a while. Or whatever, not sleep, but probably just gonna have to pass time again. We are cold now though, aren't we? Actually, we are quite cold now. Sleeping bag gives me only 3.3. We repair it. Takes 40 minutes. That'll warm us up quite a bit. Alright, I'm gonna take a shot at it. There we go. Now it gives us a 4.8, but we're only... We can sleep for an hour, see if that helps. Wait for the blizzard to pass. Apparently not. And we're still cold. May as well sleep. When we can, you know. Really? Alright. We're in no danger of running out of food. Not tired enough to sleep. Is there anything useful we can do? Not really. We don't even have enough cloth to make a bandage. I thought we had... I guess we used our last... I didn't realize we were going to use the last cloth in the sleeping bag. Well... Learned something new, right? Guess we're not repairing anything. Well, we got 5 bandages. Never mind. We don't need to make any more because we got a bunch out of that crate, right? We might be able to take all of that food with us too, but I guess we don't want to take it all. It's the deer clearing cave. There we go. We have food, sticks, and hydrogen peroxide. That's basically all we're going to leave here. We're going to take, yeah, the food and the, what's it? Can we sleep now? Yes, we're just tired enough to sleep. Come on, Blizzard, blow yourself out. This whole day is just turning into a waste. Starting to wish I'd grabbed those rabbits. Could have harvested the guts at least for something to do. Uh-oh. Excuse me. Okay, well. Okay, now we finally cleared up here. Alright, how hungry are we? Hungry enough that we can eat another veggie food. Oh, we still got kilos worth of room? Perfect. Probably eat a chicken one too, but we're gonna eat the veggies. Oh, why is my nose itchy? Alright, drink some water. Alright, and I am going to take a second here. Silly game, come on. What are you doing? Yeah. And we're going to just pause here for a minute or two. I'm going to, whoops. There we go. I'm going to stretch my legs for a minute, get up out of this chair, check on things in the other room, and just generally have a tiny bit of a break. So I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Oh, I should put up the favorite back screen, and I will be right back, guys. Thanks. Andy's back. Andy? Who's Andy? He's back, and he is me. And me is Nibbly. Whoop! Crash bang. 1 second, guys. There. You might have to hear me crunching, but you won't have to hear... Come on. There we go. Well, you heard the plastic crunching now, so that doesn't really matter. You're going to hear it anyway. But that would have been even louder before because it was right beside the thing. So, we're back in the game. We're warmed up. We picked up everything we need. We're going to go climb down the next rope once we avoid the wolf. Still wish we had a little bit more charcoal, because, yeah, I would have liked to have mapped one more time over here. Wolf. Ultimately, I just... Ooh, birch bark. I just want to check what's over here before we carry on. Ooh. Feathers. Ooh, a broken arrow.
I think I can
Nice,
use this.
we got another arrowhead now. And we get a couple of feathers. That's pretty good considering how many arrowheads we don't currently have. We've got lots of room. I can't remember what's over here. Which, of course, is why we need to go look. Ah. The answer is not much. It just depends what's over here once we loop around the corner. Yep, so not much. I could try and get the acorns out of that tree to buy that tree, but probably not worth it. Plus, we're gonna have a feeling there's just clothing in this other container over here. But we won't know for sure till we open it. Okay, here we go. And of course, the weather's getting worse. Again. What can you do? Either you stop or you don't. I've already been stopped all night, so I'd rather not. Well, I don't think from here we have to go do anything else. I don't think we have to climb to anything. Well, there's one spot, but I'm pretty sure we can skip the rope.
Hope I can still eat
Food.
this.
Lots of food, lots of crackers. And clothing. Hey, we got some earmuff thingies. They're in kind of rough shape.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
This is already ruined. Technically an upgrade. Technically a downgrade. That's everything from here. Oh. And of course there's birch saplings over here. May as well. If we're going to be heavy, we may as well be real heavy. Gonna look and see how heavy in a second here, but come on. 50 kilos. That's pretty heavy. What else is over here? I guess the real question is if there's a cave around somewhere. Oh, I know where we are. That's the engine. So... yeah, so there's a climbing rope over here, but I think we can... oh, there's a wolf over there. That's what there is. Oh, maybe that's just my old fire. And there was a... oh, no, there's a wolf there, too. And he smelled me. That's okay. We just need to get around this bend. Jump down a rock, and he will leave us alone. Oh, and there's a ptarmigan. Oh, we scared away. Oh, we might have lost him already. Okay, I know I've done this before. Oh, hi. Yes, you can have a cheesy. Yes, you're going to fish for the biggest one. Love you. No problem. No problemo. Now, what do you want to bet the moose is right over here? Ha! Called that one. Darn it. Got so much stuff. Do I really want to harvest a moose? Nope. It's late in the day. There's no good caves nearby. Weather's bad enough we could end up with a blizzard. I am going to go back to home base. Sort out our stuff here. And just generally not worry about things. Don't smell, so we shouldn't attract wolves from too far away. I think we'll have to go... Where are we at here? 48 hours. We got 2 days left until we're home free, so to speak. Does sound like there might be a wolf ahead of us. Been spending the last... Effectively the last, like, 12 days. Well, the last 10 days. We've got 2 left. Spending the last 10 days in... Oh, yeah, there's the wolf. In this region has helped me get a bit of a better handle on where things are. Which is a large part of what I really wanted to do with this run. Why I forced myself to go to Blackrock. Which is why we have, like, because the first like 5 days we basically stayed. I basically stayed at the cabin there, and just ran back and forth to the fishing hut to do some fishing. Ran around this sort of area to collect sticks, and then a couple of times I went to check on the moose there. Which, now that I can't do anything about it, is, of course, present and accounted for. But that's okay. And I made a couple of smaller excursions last night and this morning to other places. I mean, this was our biggest one yet. We went almost to Summit again. Probably more stuff from there we could have brought back if we'd gone the rest of the way. And technically we could go and do it again too. If we wanted. We've got the gear, we know the route. We don't have to carry the silly thing anymore. So, climbing rope. I still feel like there's a rope anchor that doesn't have a rope attached to it though. Just don't ask me where it is. Pardon me. All right. All of these right here. These are cured now? Amazing. Please. Please. That will do. There you go. It'll take a while to cure, but that's fine. I've got a number of, not that many, but I got a few airline food things here to drop. Close enough. Oh, and I think we got a couple more boxes of crackers. And a couple, hey? Not even going to carry 3 of them. I'm going to drop 2 more here. Come on. Alright, what else have we got? A couple energy bars, some chips, and that's it. For that idea. Come on. Got to be somewhere we can put them. Maybe not. Maybe we'll just leave it there. And yeah. Got one of these.
I need to drop something.
Yep, we're working on it. Probably drop all of those and yes, all of these. Oh no. Brother. There we go. We finally got them. Probably drop. I guess. Yeah, we're still not tired because it's still only whatever we slept so late.
Too heavy.
Oh, that's better. I mean, craft more birch bark tea. Easy. Well, we've expanded our supplies fairly considerably, I would say. Seem like, oh, the Timberwolves are back. Ah, okay. I mean, go hunt a moose? I mean, I don't even necessarily need anything from the moose offhand, right? It's just a case of it's there. Like we've got like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. We got like 2 weeks worth of food right here, basically. Just that. Another week's worth at least. Well, no, we count 14, so that's 7. That's a week's worth. between the fish and this, it's another week. So we basically do have 2 weeks worth of, not of water necessarily, but just of food. We got more fish we can cook here. Got more oil. Okay, we're still carrying a bunch of
night is coming.
Still carrying a bunch of clothing, aren't we? Let's harvest some of these things and all right, so we're gonna harvest this. None of this is going to take a terribly long amount of time, but I feel like we should repair the ear warmer. There we go. Technically, yeah, we can swap that for a little bit of extra warmth now. Oh yeah, we got one of these is 80%, which is a tiny bit of a gain. Put this though. Oh yeah, they are slightly different. Alright, well. Can't keep everything forever. That's part of the challenge, right? You also can't repair everything infinitely. Okay, everything else we're currently wearing. I mean, there are definitely other things we can harvest, like harvest those shoes. That's going to take like an hour and a half, I bet. Just to put one more piece of leather in the drawer. We get 2 leather for it. It's an hour and 15 minutes, though. That's not too crazy. 2 leather is a lot. Actually, I want to keep one of them. Oh, we got the broken arrow. Oh, we can build another arrow. Okay. Did I just drink? Oh, yeah, the leather. So you can't always find it when you want it. Those are good.
Surrounded by snow.
What did I say we were
Nothing
going
to
to do?
drink.
Oh, yes, we're going to harvest the arrow and make another one if we can. Go. Just one. Make a simple arrow. Hour and a half. We're not trying to rush here, right? So, oh, we should have had a drink, maybe. No, too late now. Alrighty. 7 hours. So yeah, we're getting close to the point where we want to sleep. 41 hours. I know you're tired. Whole bunch of fish. There. How's that? Feel better? Drink. Quite enough? Almost. Alright. Set it for 9. That way we'll be completely rested when we wake up. Should still have We shouldn't end up dehydrated here. Although we'll be close, probably. Well, technically we are, but it only just happened, I think. No. Better grab another bottle of water before we head out. But I'm gonna go check for the moose. Alright, the water bottle. Gonna go check for the moose. Who doesn't want a fresh, delicious moose? And I don't want to go anywhere near those timber wolves if I can help it. It's probably clear enough we can start a fire. We should probably plan to grab some sticks. Know if we can see any here. We could just river too. Maybe we will, since the wolf doesn't be over here. It'll make it faster and easier for us to check. If we do manage to take it down, it's nice enough out right now that we shouldn't have to worry about a fire to harvest it, I think. Yeah, if you came in here for your first trip into Timberwolf Mountain, those Timberwolves are over there. Not completely, but largely blocking your access to the, you know, to where the bear is, to where the Ash Canyon... I mean, there is other ways to get to Ash Canyon. But there are better ways than having to fight through Timberwolves, especially if... Oh, now we're getting foggy. I think. Yeah. Yeah, especially if you're... Oh, hey, look. I had to drop that a while back. Now, the moose was out yesterday, so I'm not expecting it to be there today. But anything is possible. If it's possible, it's worth checking. Sure if it's the sound of me I'm hearing or the sound of a moose up ahead. Should be a little far away. Hear it yet, but in the fog, as with real fog, sound carries farther when it's foggy than when it's clear. So we could actually be hearing the we didn't. Oh no, we did drop it. Okay, never mind. I thought I had ended up keeping him in my bag. The only thing we got to be careful about is that there can be a bear coming through here too. Alright, do we get a moose? And if we don't, I'm not quite sure what else to do. And again, you can just kind of plan to pass time. But that's not super entertaining, is it?
Feet on the ground, junk in the trunk.
Dan! Woo! Just, you pick them. Just the times when I don't want to get scared. Oh, the moose is still here. All right. Pausing for a second because I want to say, how's it going, Dan? Hope you've had a great weekend. I saw you did finally get a mount from the mount collecting event type thing. So congrats on that. I hope you didn't. What? You didn't have a good weekend? A fake post? No, Dan, don't do this to me. Oh, that was the spectral tower. So yes, I get you now. Well, my apologies then. That you're still suffering under Valestra's curse. And that things you still got time for things to turn around. How many more? Like, how long is the event for? Or do we know when it ends? I sort of assumed 4 weeks. 4 more weeks, or 4 weeks total, because it's only been up for like a week. So I guess 4 weeks total would make sense. Jackie has had the exact same. Right, Jackie's had the exact same luck you have. Absolutely zero mounts from the event for her so far. So I feel bad for the both of you, because I know that's stuff you guys enjoy doing. There's really nothing I can do about it. So other than hope your luck changes. Yeah, and I remember reading that post, and I and like I said to Jackie, right? Like, if it's a mount with a 0.1% drop chance, and you increase it to 5.1% chance, that's still a pretty low chance for them to drop, right? And especially for you, the number of mounts that you already have is high, so you don't need all that many more from that are covered in the event, I guess, right? But yeah, it's far from guaranteed for anybody. The biggest problem is, yeah, and you're only doing it on one character too, right? So that does limit your ability to your ability to get everything done in a short span of time. And I mean, like most of the events like that, I can't be bothered to do it on more than one character anyway. Like, even when I had in, what was it, Legion, I had 4 max level characters, whatever level it was, 110 I think, in Legion. But yeah, I just couldn't be bothered to, like, there were some things that I did on 1 or 2 characters, but good old Legion, right? When are we getting Legion time walking? Or no, what is it? It's Legion. Well, I mean, Legion time walking will not time walking, but Legion Classic, the true version of the game. Yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed Legion so much, I would be tempted to play it on other classes that I don't normally play, right? Because the ones I was particularly interested in seeing, I guess I would have been interested in doing the priest. I hate, I don't know, what they've done with Shadow. I never enjoyed the whole insanity thing, and trying to level as a discipline priest just sounded painful. So as much as I wanted to do the class hall thing, I ended up putting the Death Knight first, and I don't regret it. But that was the one class hall story I kind of wanted to see. But yeah, but I hope your weekend was good. I saw you said something about being on a bit of a road trip, so I hope you had a good good chance to get away and relax, and that your week is going to be awesome. I have to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday, I have to be in the city all day for appointments, and Friday, I am probably going to be taking my son to like Friday afternoon to go to the group home and probably spend the rest of his, like, he's probably going to spend the weekend there, so I'm taking him on Friday. Kind of spend some time with him in the afternoon so we can get settled, and then I got to work Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So I probably won't be streaming again for like 10 days after today. But you been up since 4 and you got back an hour ago. Oh man, why aren't you in bed? No, you're probably getting ready right now, I could imagine. But yeah, I've had those days. Actually, Thursday is going to be kind of like that. We have to take our van in for some work, servicing the brakes and a few other odds and ends, and we have some appointments, so we're kind of doing it all together. The Veiled Market has called. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. I'm trying to decide if I want to say I'm not quite sure what the veiled market is. But I also want to hunt and kill a moose here. Okay, yeah. Well, of course it's retail, Dan. Of course it's retail. If it was classic, especially classic vanilla, I would know what it is. But yeah, I that's coming out in a little while. Hey, 11.2. I think there was a release date for it, but I couldn't tell you what that release date is. But yeah, yeah. Once our renovations are done in our house, once we move, it was out in Shadowlands. Oh, the mega. Yeah, I don't do mega dungeons. And I know I'm missing out on some. Well, Mechagon was the first mega dungeon, and I was talking about this with Jackie too. I had no love for Mechanomes, for Mechanome Island, for anything to do with Mechanomes, and so the Mecha dungeon just did not. Yeah, I didn't run it a single time, and I have no plans to change that. All right, well, what are my options here? I mean, we could probably shoot him right here, and he might go down because we got the curator's rifle. But I feel like it's probably going to take two shots, so we should probably try and do it from something approaching ground level here. Hard to see in this light, though. It's so foggy. Second, I thought he heard me, but he's just... You hear that grumble? Not excited for me to be here. Wow, I take that back. He really doesn't care. Don't turn your back on me. Still fat on the ground from harvesting him last time. Yeah, he's literally keeping his back to me so I can't headshot him. How rude, hey? 12%, so that's... Alright, he can't stay facing that way forever. There you go. Alright, now stop. He's running away from me. Well, that doesn't... He didn't seem happy about that, but he's also not leaving. You're just going to stand there now? Where are you going? Where are you going? Nope, just don't go behind the rock. Moo. Come on. I knew he was going to do that. Did I miss him? I can't believe it. I've shot a moose with a bow twice and taken him down. What? Is this like an invincible moose? Dan, what did you do to this thing? I'm trying! Okay, if this rifle shot doesn't take it, I'm gonna use the bow. Good grief. Just brutal. I think I could have killed him faster with the bow. I do. Like, I mean, unless I missed him with 2 of those shots. Alright. I should be an expert moose hunter. That's right. Alright, I'm just going to quarter the whole shebang right here. We're not cold. We got lots of day left. Boom. Moose hide. How much are we weighing now? Okay. What? And these bags smell. Hey, a feather.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Clearly. One could argue it's easier in real life, Dan, than it is in a video game. For one thing, there's nobody heckling you when you're out hunting in real life. Full disclaimer, I have never hunted a living animal in my life. Well, that's not true. I had to kill gophers when I worked on a farm. I did have to do that, so... Okay. How much meat is on these bad boys here? Of course it's 4.9 kilograms, right? Never. You can't really call the mosquitoes insects either. They're big enough to be birds. To be fair, it's usually my wife that kills the insects. Not because I'm bothered by them, but because I don't care nearly so much. I have occasionally at her request. But you got to remember, killing a Canadian mosquito is an act of self-preservation. Yeah. Carving this all up here doesn't take that long, especially because I'm using the... Like, it would have been smarter, actually, if I had left the meat unharvested and just taken the guts back, but I wasn't sure how far we would get. Leave these to freeze. It's easier on the hacksaw, but... Sorry, so what are we carrying right now? 40. So we can take a few kilos of deer meat or moose meat back with us, but...
I'll be hungry later.
You'll be hungry later. You're not hungry now? There comes some wind. There we go. We are kind of hungry, actually. We still should be able to get back, eat some fish. We could even theoretically make another trip before we go to bed tonight. In the game, of course, that is, right? But we're also going to have to deal with predators on the way back. We're going to have to take the long way, and we're still going to have to outrun a wolf or two. We're going to go the long way to avoid the bear.
Something's got to go.
How many of these game bags are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, well, we're going to smell pretty bad. Okay, so we can take 6 pieces of meat. That puts us at 50. Alright, we'll take 8 pieces. Now we really smell. We really have to not go near the bear. Probably I will get out the flare gun here in a little bit. I have to remember where the bear kind of follows the river. But he depends where he is in this patrol, because he goes way far away from the river too. But I know just over that, like over the ridge kind of straight ahead of us, like not the low ridge but the high ridge, there is a wolf. And if we go down the river, he will smell us, and so will those timber wolves. Can do a little bit of sprinting, so we got that going for us, which is nice. And of course we got the wind in our face, which is not so nice.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Isn't it, though? Now, where is the bear? That's the biggest consideration, because even at this speed, we can keep ahead of a bear. Keeping ahead of a wolf is more difficult.
That guy who drank his own pee doesn't seem so crazy right now.
Mackenzie? Right, we might get thirsty before we get back, but I don't think we'll get hungry. Thirsty is one thing we can live with. Hungry, losing well-fed, not cool, man. Unfortunately, the guts stink way worse than the meat, so taking all the guts back, even though they don't weigh very much, you can carry 1 piece of meat for the 10 guts. I mean, I guess moose drop 12, but yeah, that's where the bear comes from, is down this slope. So if it's not up there, we should be okay. The wolf is, I can hear it howling, it's not that far away. Unless the bear is, like, right down at the bottom here. Not sure how far down he comes. Yeah, we could eat some food and come back. We're not that tired, really. think we're past concern about the bear on this run. This is the slow part. There's the lake. We're on the home stretch. I mean, this moose spawn is nowhere near as close as the one that's just right in behind Trapper's Cabin, but that kind of made Trapper's Cabin way too obvious of a default home. Like, having quality shelter with good wind protection, good warmth, right beside a moose spawn, with fishing right out front. Bear was the biggest threat. I mean, the regular wolves on the lake were a minor annoyance. The timber wolves are more of a threat. But having to go this extra distance to get the moose, and having to deal with the wolf and the bear on the way, and sometimes there's more than one wolf, it makes this much more of a journey. Time to drop 10 more guts to cure. I'm not even really sure where to drop these. We're sort of out of floor space, you know. Don't want to bury anything else. We'll try and stick them right in the corner here, I guess. As long as we can get some regular ones out, it doesn't really matter too much, right? Right, drop all. Cured moose hide. We're gonna have a fresh moose hide. Drop all the meat right here. And then we're gonna eat a bunch of fish. And drink some water.
I need some water.
Yeah, I'm working on it. There we go. There's some water. We are starting to get a bit fatigued. So let's do what we did before. Let's drop the lantern. Pretty heavy. We can drop torch. 2. Well, we'll hang on to this one. Cleaning kit. We don't need the skillet. Just the less we're carrying. Don't need the hack. We'll hang on to the hacksaw. We might harvest what's left of that meat. Even gonna drop the tomato soup and the leather here. Alright, we can carry quite a bit more now. We should easily be able to make one more trip. Won't be able to probably bring all the meat back, but a lot of it. And let's hope we don't meet the bear. we should be able to... I guess we could harvest the last of the meat up there in the smaller pieces. Feels like 0 degrees, so it's gonna start getting cold soon, or colder. As soon as the sun, wow, when the sun goes down, it cools off some. I guess I'm uncertain where the bear is going to be, and if the bear is not here now, I feel like we should hurry back before it comes back. But if we take the time to harvest that meat, then maybe we'll give the bear a chance to patrol this side and turn around and go back. Which is you know, unless you go up the hill to spot where the bear's at, really aren't gonna, really just have to kind of take your chances. And we're not tired. Could probably try and harvest that meat. I think that's smart. Yeah, Dan, go to bed. You've been up for way too long. Take care, my friend. Rest well. I hope to see you around Twitter, because it won't be around streams much in the next 10 days or so. But, yeah, rest well. And happy mount hunting. Remember, it's the journey, not the destination. Good night, good night. At least the wind's not blowing in our face either direction right now. Makes for a nice little change. Guess if we can stand out of the wind, because now we're getting colder. I think if we go out of the wind here for a second, we'll see, yeah, that we're still warm. So it's just a matter of where... Oh, now it's in our face. I feel like either way we should be close enough to the... Whoops. Yeah, so we're not... Here we go, hacksaw. Only 7 minutes. That's going to be the fastest while it's frozen. Wish it went a little faster. 3 minutes is not a long time, or 7 minutes is not a long time, but the animation takes the same amount of time regardless of what you're and I want to drop the meat so I don't smell and attract a predator. Slowly, slowly. %, frozen. That's cold. The silly things is these are all small pieces of meat too. I mean, they're not that small, but they're smaller than the average. think I'm gonna pick these up and move them to the other side of the rock so that we'll at least see them if we forget all about it and come by again. Oops. And why I'm picking up the fat. Just gonna... I'm actually gonna drop them over here by this other rock, so they're a little easier to see. I know, Mackenzie, I know. Here we go. Yeah, instead of being a full kilogram there, 0.92, 920 grams. Because that isn't close enough, right? Right? I think by the time we take another load back, we'll probably be close enough to ready to sleep. Close enough. Alright. So we can take... We can probably take close to 15 of these things.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Oh. Don't want to carry the fat. Don't want to carry the fat. 54.88. 54.28. Okay, we got all the meat except for the small bits. This is still going to take a long time to walk, and we smell very bad. I'm not taking any chances. I'm having the flare gun handy. Immediately. We can still sprint for now. If we get too much more tired, we won't be able to. But I really don't want to drink a coffee. The only thing, of course, is that if we shoot the bear with the flare gun, unless it dies where it stands, there'll be a dead bear somewhere that we'll have to eventually go and find, which is also inconvenient to say the least. And we wouldn't want to waste it, but that means it could be over by where the timber wolves are. It could end up, you know, technically it could end up over by where the cougar is. They can run for a long time. Alright, do we have a bear? Again, I feel like I'm hearing things that aren't there. Not that I can see. There's no way to hear that wolf. Sorry guys, I'm straining my ears right now. As much as my eyes. Trying to look for where they might be. No bear up
I
there.
could drink almost anything about now.
Almost anything. I would drink almost anything about now. We done it? Have we moved all the goods without attracting unwanted attention? I mean, not all the goods, because there's still 9 smaller pieces of meat over there. Wind has died down. We're warming up now because of that. We're not going to get cold. We're going to sleep in a bed. I mean, again, I feel like we could make another trip and grab the last of that stuff. But that feels like pushing my luck. Wolves and bears. Oh my. But it does kind of feel like we have managed the impossible. Music is so eerie and tense. Wolves are ignoring us. No surprise wolves from this side. Setting sun. I think we're home free. Alright. Goodbye. We need to have that out. That's just inviting an accidental firing of the device. Wonder how far away the next level of fishing is. Not that we're overly concerned. I'm just curious. This is a lot of meat to cook. I don't think we need to try and cook it all right now. Brought 8 last time. How many did we bring this time? So 29 kilos of moose meat plus like 8 more kilos that are back up over there. So that's almost 40 kilos of meat. Yeah, I don't know. We're still not all that tired, but all our gear is kind of wet now, so sleeping isn't a bad idea anyway. Don't need a workbench. Two scrap metal, yeah, 1 for each foot, right? Only repairs 20%. That's kind of rough. And 65% repair chance. All right, what did I say about fishing? Fishing level, we're like a third of the way through level 3. It's gonna take a long time to get to level 4. Mending, we're getting closer to level 3, though. Archery is getting closer to level 5. And we can crouch while we stuff. Revolver is already 5. We've used the revolver a lot. Yeah, none of the bonuses to revolver actually increase your damage. Increases your ability to aim, but the rifle increases your damage, your accuracy, your critical hit chance. We're on our way to fire starting level 5, which is already 4 is already pretty solid. I'm gonna sleep more than till hours. Uh, there's a spot down there. Thought maybe. Whatever. Stay there. Stay in the way. I don't care. Alright, let me make a note to myself. We did, in fact, hunt the moose, so...
I need something to drink. And soon.
There we go. Meter and spring box. Yes. All right, that's worth making a note of. We are thirsty. Well, some fish. Probably could have eaten that. All right. That's closer to 10 hours now than 9. Oh, do we have some charcoal in here? We do not. I feel like we dropped some charcoal before we left here, but I don't see any on the floor. Apparently we didn't put it in here. Alright, I am going to do... Well, I was going to grab charcoal out of here, but I don't even want to know how much is in there. Oh, Dave, come on. You're thirsty, drink some water. That's the smart thing to do. There we go. Right. We'll just grab what's in here. 11, that's what's in here. There's going to be like 30 of them in here. I don't know if there's a maximum or not, but... We map here again? Probably, right? Not that it does us any good, but... That gave us a little bit more space than whenever we mapped last. Alright, well... We made ourselves some notes for tomorrow. There we go. It'll be a little bit before dawn, I think, when we wake up, but that's okay. Yep. Basically just dawn now. Alright, well that has saved for us. We're gonna go back, and I'm afraid it's time for me to wrap things up. It's been a good stream here. We made lots of progress. Oh, I don't know if we quite got past the danger zone as far as our recovery situation goes, but I guess that's secondary. We'll find out whenever we log in then. If we're not done immediately, by the time we get that other meat and bring it back, we will be done anyway. So yeah. Not a whole lot of us here, but we're going to raid Abbers anyway, because Abbers is awesome, and she's playing Hardcore World of Warcraft on a Paladin, which is also awesome. So let's get that started up here, and then I will... Where are we? Oh, there we go. Then I will bid all of you a very fond evening. See you probably in, 10 to 12 business days. More like 10 or 12 actual days. But... yeah, I'm going to head out. Hope you guys have a swell week. I'll be busy, and I'm sure you will be too, and we will see each other when we see each other. If you are on Twitch, then... No. Does the command work? There it is. All right. There's how you can find me if you're on Twitch. Or, sorry, yeah. But the Twitch people will see that command. If you're not, if you're following me on YouTube, then you'll see when we go to the ending screen, there'll be some places where it'll give my social information. So in any case, you guys are awesome. Take care. Have a good night, and bye-bye.